my LJ. That's, I know you've got the site there, and every now and again I'll click back to it, but that's the way I get it. It's on my friends list, it's there.
But the thing with LiveJournal too is everybody who has a LiveJournal feed approves it, and they're very good about if somebody complains, they'll take it right down. So, God bless. If anybody who has one wants you to look at it. That's true though. Yeah, when you quit a social network, you lose people who just won't follow. And which one of you guys was first?
Go.
Okay.
This is for Front because I think he has been feeling a little left out.
You're the handsomest.
I have no reason to be here. I don't know if you guys have seen my site. I don't have a webcomic. You're absolutely at their grace.
You write songs about webcomics.
Oh, that's true.
But my actual question was, now that you've, say, garnered triple-digit fans or more, you've slipped out with the samples and going to like recording your own stuff with in-house bands, or with your, your people, your Black Lotus, those guys. Was that just for fear of reprisals from the heavy fist of the record industry?
Yes, if there had been no fear of reprisals for stealing samples from published music, I would have continued to do that, because that's how you make awesome sounding hip-hop. Instead, I come at it from the side and kind of improvise with all of the homemade music. It's working out.
Yeah, the band's great.
He has a wonderful band and a wonderful dog. He has
Two things to recommend.
He has a tiny little brilliant dog named Pika who can legally come on airplanes because he's an assistive dog. Because Front has this condition where sometimes his eyeball comes out.
The dog nuzzles it back.
One of you guys, there's two of you guys there.
I had a question about the marketing aspect. I know, like, in your early days, how did you kind of like figure out how to market this? I mean, did you kind of feel your way in the dark? Did you talk to someone? How did that work?
Anybody?
It's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
I never marketed my comics at all. People just tell their friends about it. It's a social aspect. I mean, comics like XKCD, I'm sure never needed to do anything to promote the comic. As soon as it started getting posted on Dig and all that, it was a one-way hit. But on a smaller scale, just people emailing the comic to friends or posting it in instant messages is enough to get the word out.
And once you get a small fan base, they'll do a lot of looking for you, which is great.
So is that what's happening now? Is the fan base is really kind of doing it for you guys?
Yeah, so it starts to fill in the way. You still have to do it. You still have to pick up a few things.
You have to keep the engine going.
Yeah.
But it's really you guys who make us.
So the best thing you can do is try to write comics that the fan base that's already there. Once in a while, do something they can't help but give someone else. You know what I mean? Even if that, you don't do it every day. You don't want to pander, but give them things that are preloaded to put to friends. Mr. Red Guy was next.
Did any of you try a different medium besides the internet for distributing your work before you landed on the internet?
The Garo type, right? Did we ever use other mediums other than the internet? That's the question. Guys? Front, you're on wax cylinder, right?
I play your piano.
Why didn't we? Anybody, have any of us actually done anything non-internet for our own career?
No.
We got jobs.
Wow. Oh, yeah, jobs don't count. Jobs are actually the worst thing you can do for your career. You're up.
Are you all full-time comic artists?
Or some thereof. Are we, well, a full-time rapper? Yeah.
How long did it take to transition?
Took me 2 years. I hit my 6th anniversary on Memorial Day.
I think I switched over I think it's 3 years ago now.
So he was working part-time for a while.
Yeah, I was like down to 2 or 3 days a week in my other job for a few years before that. But I think it was 7 or 8 years before I finally got there. It helps to be stubborn.
Immovable.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not quite at the point where my comic is generating a lot of money, but I've been doing it full time for about 3 months, and dedicating that full time to it has made it a progressive thing. So I haven't quite reached the point where it's my career, but it is my full time job. If that makes sense.
But it was about a year in where you felt like you could get away with it.
Yeah, it took about a year before I saw the light at the end of the tunnel.
Some years I'm not fully from the website, some years I am. But if it's not, it's usually the advertising work. Someone found me.
Yeah, you had a very strange Wait, you just kind of like had a job, strangely, and just turned into a job. No, that.
Yeah, I was laid off in 2001, and I just spent a year trying to find a job, working on a display dog, and then suddenly I was like, well, why don't I just try to do a book and do some stuff, see if it sells, and that's sort of how I thought.
I bought it. Yeah.
I wasn't making a living off the farm when I quit my regular job. I decided I was sick of working. I was working at Viacom. It's a good job, but I said, you know, I had some savings. I thought, give it a go for a few years. And I just kept going for a few years. So.
How long have you been at?
I guess about 3.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Have you always been a rapper?
I guess I started posting the songs at the end of 1999, and I just assumed it would always be a hobby. And then the fan base just slowly built up, and I got rid of my last like web dev client in 2005.
Okay. There's been a couple, almost
It's been a few years without working for.
I think once you make it a full year without a job, you're employed. Zena?
How important do you think it is to have a community on your website? Like
How important is it to have a
forum
community?
and comments
Like
and that sort of thing?
Well, forums have, I think, seen their day, but the communities are still important.
It's still important. It's less important than it used to be. I think a lot of the communities have moved to other places, and now you have to access them there, like on Dig or Reddit or Twitter.
It goes back to the social networking question, I think. Would you guys agree with that? Like, it's less important to have your own boards now as to people
But I think
find
it's
you?
very necessary to have your own community for what you're doing.
Yeah.
And to have, even if those people are talking somewhere else.
Yeah, but it just tends to
have
be
a way
off
for
your own
everyone
site.
to,
Yeah.
be together.
Guys? No? Yes.
Doesn't even need to be on your own site. It can be anywhere.
Yeah. That makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah, like you really can't do anything without a community. It happens to not. It seems to like happen in public squares now as opposed to in your own living room. Rob Noxious and then Scott.
Kind of random question. Have any of you, yeah, it's kind of what I do, right? As technology marches forward, any of you thought about making like a mobile site for the iPhone or something like that? Or,
Mobile sites?
you know,
Yeah,
like
you
it'd probably work better for the strip type stuff.
Did you
Like
make
yours
one
would be
site?
kind of hard.
Yeah, we used one. I don't think it ever got used at all.
You used it?
Yeah, like
To
a
show
couple
people on a
times.
sidekick.
Honestly, if you've got an iPhone or something similar to that right now, the web browsing experience in those has gotten so good. Why bother doing something other than your regular site?
Okay.
You know, I mean, I guess there are reasons for bandwidth and for whatever, but I'm too busy.
It's just pretty much the only question that occurred to me that didn't get already answered by
I'd
someone
love
else.
to publish to Nintendo DS cartridge.
I would buy that and I don't even have a Nintendo DS.
Well, I formatted my comic deliberately in a screen size that would be viewable.